Hello everyone, peace be upon you all. Welcome to this new video where we analyze the demonstration of deceit. In this video, we continue to see the ways in which the term the ingenerate does not indicate its referent. In this video, we are going to see way number S, where Eunomius argues that the term the ingenerate indicates its referent not in the way that it is in itself as another, for he is simple and uncompound. So, the kind of supposition rejected here is to take the term the ingenerate as referring either to a part of an intercategorical composite or as referring to a constitutive part of something said in one category. Aristotle tells us that being can be divided into 10 types, 10 categories: substance, quality, quantity, relation, and so on. So a thing such as a tiger would be an intercategorical composite because it is made out of substance plus another category such as quality and others. So the term the ingenerate cannot refer to an intercategorical composite according to Eunomius, nor to a constitutive part of something said in one category. In other words, if someone says that the ingenerate refers to a single category, substance for example, and that this substance is made of three parts, and the ingenerate refers to a part of this composite, substantial composite, Eunomius would reject that. Now, in Metaphysics Zeta 6, Aristotle raises the question whether each individual thing and being something that belongs to it, in other words, an individual and the essence or nature, are the same thing or another distinct thing. Aristotle raises the question whether each individual thing and the being something that belongs to it are the same thing or not. For example, is an individual man the same as the being man? And is an individual white the same as the being white? The issue is crucial for the question whether a deduction is conclusive or not. For example, in a deduction with the minor premise, a minor premise is the second premise in a syllogism. A syllogism such as all men are mortal, Socrates is a man. Therefore, conclusion, Socrates is mortal. The second premise, Socrates is a man, is the minor premise, and the first premise is called the major premise. Okay? So, in a deduction with the minor premise, each individual white is a color. White in the sense of whiteness. And a deduction with the minor premise, each individual white, again, is an animal, but white in the sense of white man. The extreme terms are not in the same way the same. They are different. In the premise, each individual white, in the sense of whiteness, is a color. The term the white is said with regard to the being white, to the essence of white, or the to be white, and hence the term the white here is said with regard to itself. There is equality between the individual white and its essence. There is no composition here. Premise, each white sheep is an animal. The term white is said with regard to an accident of sheep because it's referring to the white of the sheep, not to whiteness itself. It is referring to a part of an intercategorical composite. Aristotle has treated the distinction between per se terms, terms that are said with regard to themselves, and per accidens terms, terms that are said with regard to accidents. He has treated this distinction already in the categories. Here, from the aspect between the distinction between the name and the account, the word, the term, and the definition that we say, our account of the term, our explanation, our description of the term, that is said of a subject. He distinguishes per se terms said in one category from per accidens terms that refer to intercategorical composites, like the term the white when standing in to refer to the composite of sheep and whiteness, which are one and another. Which are one and another. As Christoph Horn has pointed out, Plotinus rules out both per accidens and per se predication regarding the one, and hence he rules out intercategorical composition as well as the composition by substantial parts. Plotinus takes a substantial part to be part of such a thing, namely, part of that which belongs essentially to itself, serving to complete the composite. The one, however, is free from any kind of composition and not divisible into parts, be they parts predicated in a category distinct from the category of the subject term, or be they parts predicated in the category of the subject term. By his refusal that the term the ingenerate is said in the way that it is in itself as another, Eunomius rejects both accidental and essential predication regarding the referent of the term the ingenerate. He says, "Still, if anyone did want to make this substance, namely ingenerate substance, some common property in relation to another, or give something else a share in it, he would have to argue either according to the method of separation and division, or according to the method of comparison. Yet whichever of these he chooses, the argument will be entangled in manifold absurdities." Eunomius here refers to the logical methods based on the Platonic distinction between being like and unlike, same or other, current in Middle Platonic dialectic and referred to by Porphyry in his Isagogy. It begins with the examination of substance either by descending by the process of division and proceeding through a plurality from the most general item to the most specific item, or by ascending by analysis from the special to the general by gathering the many items into a single nature. In Alkinosis Didascalicus, division is explained as dividing a genus into species or a whole into parts. Gregory of Nyssa explains and uses this method in Ad Gracchus. On the other hand, is explained in the Didascalicus as any logical procedure which passes from like to like, or from the particular to the general. Induction is particularly useful for activating the natural concepts, that is to say, the innate ideas that depend on the transcendent ideas and are secondary to them. Induction, hence, insofar it is any logical procedure which passes from like to like, is by way of comparison. Whereas comparison leads to sameness, division leads to difference. Both methods presuppose a relation of one thing to another thing, distinct from the ingenerate itself. And with that, we reach the end of the video. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Peace.